Good afternoon. It's a typical English summer afternoon. In other words, it's absolutely chucking it down. And I'm at another pop-up auction. This time it's at the Urban Auction House. And the plan is to go in, and what I'm going to do is identify 6 items when I walk around, and then I'll have a guess at what they will sell for. In other words, what the hammer price is. And I'll leave a few seconds for you to have a guess as well, and then I'll reveal the actual sale price. So hopefully you'll enjoy this video. It's a little bit different from the last auction video I did. So yeah, I'm just hoping, I don't want to keep doing exactly the same things all the time. So a little bit different. It's a kind of a little bit of a quiz, but nothing too arduous. So I hope you enjoy it. So I'm just going to head off now into the auction preview and see what there is.
First up is an antique Ottoman Turkish cartridge case or gunpowder flask in brass with a hinge lid and leather strap for your belt. And in case you're wondering, it's made of brass as you don't get any sparks from brass, and you really don't want a spark when you've got a flask full of gunpowder on your hip. Generally they sell on the open market for upwards of £60 plus, depending on the decorative quality of the individual flask. So if a dealer is bidding on it, my estimate is £20 to £30 including auction fees. What's your guess? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. If you want to enter into the spirit of the quiz, pause the video and let me know what your estimate is in the comments below, and we'll see if you are more accurate than me. And trust me, that stands a good chance. Anyway, let's see how we get on.
Lot number 231 is a Japanese travel inkwell. Something just a little bit different. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Where should we start? A tenner for it? Who's going to be a tenner? £10 surely for it. 10, 8, 6, a fiver. 5 o'clock, 6, 8 you want, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 18 o'clock. Any more? I'm selling at 18.
So the final hammer price, including auction fees, was £20 and 80 pence. Looks like I missed out on a profit there, but I wasn't sure what the market for Ottoman gunpowder flasks is in the UK. So to coin a phrase, I kept my powder dry and I didn't bid on it. The second item we're interested in is a Spider banjo, minus its carry case. Between viewing and the actual auction, I always take this time to do my research before bidding. I couldn't find a Spider banjo brand online, so I dug a little bit deeper and I think I've worked out what this banjo is. If you're an expert on banjos and you've seen one of these before, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So, what did I find out? Well, there is a banjo related instrument called a Spider banjo, but it's not an actual banjo with the brand name Spider, if that makes sense. Instead, the term Spider is more commonly associated with the resonator found in certain types of banjos, specifically resonator banjos. The Spider refers to the spider bridge used in these resonator instruments. It's a metal component that sits over the resonator cone, helping to transfer vibrations from the strings to the cone, producing a distinctive sound. Some banjos and resonator instruments have a spider bridge and are sometimes colloquially referred to as spider banjos or guitars, but this is more about the component than the banjo itself. So I can't give you any details about this specific banjo other than to say I've seen other unbranded banjos at auction fail to sell when they've had a reserve of £60 on them, including a case. So given it's unbranded and doesn't have a case, my estimate is low and is £20 to £30 including fees, as long as there's no reserve being placed on it by the vendor. This banjo could be a sleeper, as they can sell for upwards of £90 plus for unbranded cheap banjos, up to several £100s for quality brands. So I have to be honest and say this particular banjo is a bit of an unknown quantity, to me anyway, when it comes to reselling. So let me know what your best estimate is in the comments below. Hopefully you've had a guess, so let's see how it gets on.
Okay, lot number 194 is a spider banjo. There we are. I need 30 for it. I've got to have 30. Fixed reserve for the banjo. £30 for it. 30. £30. Any interest at 30? Surely £30. Have I got 30? 30 I've got. We've got 35, 32. Send it at 30.
Well, the final hammer price was £34, including auction fees. Someone's taken a punt on it, unless of course they specialise in buying and selling musical instruments, in which case I suspect they've got themselves a good buy there. The third item on our list is a vintage wooden Japanese nautical compass. They're often called a tetsuki, and they're a traditional maritime navigation tool used by Japanese sailors and fishermen. They're typically made of wood and metal, combining a wooden case with a magnetic needle to indicate direction when you're out at sea. Judging by the patina of the wood, I don't think it's antique, and typically I've seen these up for sale on well-known online auction sites for around £30 to £70 plus for antique examples, which to be honest is all over the place when it comes to pricing, and it does make it difficult to value this particular example. However, my estimate is £10 to £15 given they're reasonably common and I can't put an accurate date on it. Let me know your best guess in the comments below. Right, let's see how it gets on.
Lot number 56, vintage oriental compass is that. Okay, there we are then, 5 in a way for them. 5 I've got, we give a 6. 6 I've got, 8 you want, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 16 I've got, 7, 16.
Well, the final hammer price including fees was £18.60. Slightly above my estimate, but I still think there's a small profit left in it if the buyer is planning to resell it. Fourth on the list of 6 is a job lot of 3 pairs of antique brass candles. I date them to the late 19th century, so Victorian and of good quality. They've obviously been polished, which in some people's eyes devalues them, but it's not always the case and depends on the preferences of the buyer. Personally, I sell them unpolished, as you only get original once, and then leave it up to the buyer as to whether they polish them or not. As you can see, some of them still have their candle ejectors, which adds a bit of value, and others have lost theirs, which isn't unusual. I find at this time of the year that candles don't sell well. They're more a stock item for the autumn and winter, but there's nothing wrong with stocking up now, especially if you can get them for the right price. Personally, I have too many in stock already, so I won't be bidding on this job lot of candlesticks. Having said that, my estimate for this job lot is £10 to £15 only. Let me know your estimate and then we'll see how it gets on.
Lot 96, 3 pairs of brass candlesticks. These are rather nice actually. There we are, where should we start these? 5 in a way for them. 5 I've got, 6 I've got, 8 you want, 10. No, 10 I've got, 12, 14. No, 12 I've got at the back. Any more? Selling at 12.
So, the final hammer price, including fees, was £14.20. So I was on the money for this lot, which is lucky for me given I've sold hundreds of them over the years. And I should, by now, know the value of these candlesticks. Fifth on our list is a late 19th or early 20th century working model stationary engine. At first glance, I don't think it's a Mammoth or from a Meccano set, so I'd date it as possibly late 19th to early 20th century, so a genuine early piece of our industrial history and heritage. Typically, collectors go mad for examples like this, and I've seen previous auction examples sell for around £60 to £100 plus, depending on the age, make and complexity of the model. And it's also important that it's working as well. So my estimate is £40 to £60 unless it's a collector bidding for it, in which case it could easily exceed that estimate and hit three figures if it's a particularly desirable model. Let me know what you think this will make in the comments below, then we'll see how it gets on.
Okay, here we go. Lot 281 is a static live steam engine. There we are. Where should we start this? Starting £15 for it. Surely worth that. 15 I've got. Looking for 18. Look at 18. 18, what? 20. £20 anywhere. 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. No, 26 I've got. 28, 30, 32. No? 20, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48. No? 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60. No, 58 I've got. Any more on the cell? 50, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72. No, £70 I've got. Any more on the cell at £70? Thank you for all your bits.
So the final hammer price including auction fees was £78, and this was helped by a couple of dealers competing to buy it, which as a seller is exactly what you want to maximise the sale price. I'm sure the seller will be very happy with the price achieved. At number 6 on our list is the auction lot I've been looking forward to the most. It's the Royal Mint 2009 set, including the extremely rare Kew Gardens 50p. Online, these sets can sell for up to £450, so I'm expecting fireworks for this lot, and there should be loads of bidders and hands in the air. Therefore, if a dealer buys it, my estimate is £250 to £300. But if a collector is in the room and after it, it could go as high as full retail, so it all depends on who's bidding for it. Let me know what you think it will achieve in the comments below. Right, I can't stand the suspense any longer. Let's see how the bidding goes.
Lot number 247 is Royal Mint 2009 uncirculated coin collection. There we are, you all know what it is. It has got the Kew Gardens 50p in it. I have got a reserve on it. I've got to have 200. Any interested? 200. 200 I've got. I'll go up in fives, keep it simple. 200, looking for 205. Looking for 205. 205, 210, 215, 220, 225, 230, 235, 240, 245, 250, 255, 260, 265, 270, 275, 280, yep, 285, 290, 285 I've got, looking for 290, selling to £285. Thank you very much for your bids.
Well, as expected, it hit the heights, and the final hammer price, including fees, was £325.50. Slightly below retail, so I suspect it was a dealer who bought it and there were no collectors in the room. If it was a collector who bought it, then they've got it for a good price compared to the prices being asked on well-known online auction sites, so good luck to them. Finally, as a bonus item, we have an antique early 20th century photo album. I've included this lot in the film as I'd like to take the opportunity to enjoy a trip back in time and flick through it to show you long forgotten faces from the past. Personally, I love items like this and hope you'll enjoy a relaxing minute or two while we check out the contents of this album, remembering they are evocative snapshots in time. For the record, my estimate was £20 to £30. And this album sold for £36.20, including auction fees, so very slightly above my estimate. I hope you enjoy this brief interlude. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're still watching, please do me an enormous favour and hit that like button. I'll never hide content behind a paywall, so it's a free way for you to support the channel and the community. Also, if you've subscribed recently, let me know where in the world you're from and I'll add your location to the digital subscriber list that you should see scrolling up the screen at some point. That's it for this week. Please like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.